Put a bunch of teenagers together, and there's gonna be gossip.
Once rumors and gossip get going, they just grow and grow.
It's a very dangerous practice.
But idle chit-chat can lead to the worst kind of wicked.
That's true.
She stood up and looked down and smiled at her work. She's a psychopath.
What the hell, Colleen? I've heard a lot of strange stories in my day, but this is by far one of the craziest things I have ever heard.
It all starts back in September of 1994, as 19-year-old Colleen Slemmer celebrates her last night in Orange Park, Florida. Tomorrow, she heads to Knoxville, Tennessee for a 6-month training course.
She was a good, easygoing teenager. She was really good in school.
She liked to go bowling. She would go shrimping with me on the river here.
Colleen is a woman on a mission to become certified in computer technology.
I remember one day she brought home a t-shirt that said computer geek. That's how much into computers she was.
Kind of looked at it where she could probably get something with being a computer person and fixing computers and stuff like that. And she said, Mom, I love doing this. I want to do this. And she was excited about working like that with it and going to school and learning about it. And she knew a lot about computers because her stepdad taught her an awful lot. She could take one down apart and rebuild a lot of stuff, you know.
See, if you stayed here, you could do this all the time.
Ugh, we've been over this a million times, Mom.
We did not want her to go, and she was determined she was going to go there. She said, Mom, I got to go open my wings somehow. I got to learn. So she went.
I'm going to miss you. It's only 6 months.
I know. You better call us.
Every day.
The next day, Colleen boards a bus for Knoxville. She meets her classmates at a welcome picnic near campus. Colleen is immediately charmed by 18-year-old Christa Pike.
Hey, this is Natalie. Hey, I'm Colleen. Nice to meet you. You want to eat with us?
Christa was outgoing. There were a lot of kids at the Job Corps that were drawn to Christa.
There's nothing quite as exciting as the start of the school year, even if your school isn't exactly a traditional one.
Job Corps was a government program that was for kids to educate them both vocationally and educationally, give them some social skills.
Lots of people say good things about Job Corps. You get out of it what you put in. Well, it's an opportunity to be able to, move forward, to be able to get some education or a change of environment for them.
But Colleen's dreams are smashed when she sees the dorms.
The Job Corps was a reconverted old motel in a rundown section of Knoxville. It wasn't the bright area with lots of activities going on.
The building almost looked like a jail. It had a fence around it with barbed wire, and it had all sorts of graffiti on it.
It looks haunted.
Haunted? Looks infested.
Colleen would say, Mom, the place is really dirty, and I don't know about this.
Even so, Colleen is determined to make the best of the situation with her new friends.
Oh, hey. Hi. That's cute. Thanks. And my size. Mind if I borrow this? Sure. Colleen? Oh, hey. I'm Ann. Hi. I love the 5-star accommodations. Yeah, I know. Let's see who else is around. I think I saw a couple hotties moving in down on the other end of the hall. Okay, cool. Remember, dips. I got it.
Dumpy dorm rooms aside, Colleen thrives inside the classroom and out. On break from studying, she bonds with her new friends, Christa, Anne, and Natalie.
Colleen said the classes were hard, but she liked it. And there was 3 other girls that she was talking to. They would hang out.
Hey, what do you think about Mr. Stevens? He's so cute, right?
Colleen was always smiling, and she had lots of friends. She was very outgoing.
Most of the kids in Job Corps were like Colleen. They were looking forward to getting something out of the program. But then there were other kids in Job Corps that had issues, and there were plenty of them as well.
Some just kind of lost. Other kids were sent there by probation officers and courts. So you had kids that didn't want to be there, and you had kids who did.
You're crazy.
There's beating ups, there's rough kids. Just were really, really strung out on just violence. I was just not comfortable with it.
Well, I think like any program, you're gonna have some bad seeds. Kids that come from borderline neighborhoods. Some gang members probably join in there. Maybe in this case, you might have more bad than good, but because it is a government-run program, and it doesn't cost anything to go in it.
So you kind of have both types of kids there, some that are looking for the opportunity to be in a different environment and to succeed, and others who have to go. And sometimes that mixture can be a little bit toxic. You have all these teenagers from all different backgrounds and all different circumstances carrying all this baggage. Come on, that's a powder keg. That's a recipe for disaster.
Come on.
Despite the circumstances, Colleen is enjoying her new clique of friends. And what would school be without hot guys to dish about?
Who's that? Who?
And someone who's definitely grabbing the girls' attention is 17-year-old Daryl Shipp.
Daryl was a real catch. He was handsome. He came from this 2-parent, hardworking family, a nice neighborhood, nice home in Memphis.
Hi, I'm Daryl.
Christa. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet
Daryl
you.
had gone to private school all of his life. He had just decided he didn't like the structure of school, and so he had dropped out.
I heard his father told Daryl that he has a choice: go to Job Corps, get his GED, or leave the house.
No way.
When he locks eyes on Christa, Daryl knows he's made the right choice.
When they went to the Job Corps, it was the first time many of them had ever been away from home.
Curfew's in 10 minutes, Christa, don't be late.
Go on.
And so there was a lot of hooking up.
Christa and Daryl became the talk of the Job Corps. They were always together, really touchy-feely.
They had this relationship that was very obvious that they were together.
But the intense romance could also get the couple in trouble.
Job Corps had this strict policy: if you got caught having sex, you might get kicked out.
Christa and Daryl don't care, and Colleen soon finds herself the third wheel.
Seriously, guys, I have a test tomorrow. Well, maybe you could do it in your room.
BFFs and boys don't mix very well together. It's kind of like oil and water. It can become a very awkward situation.
Hey.
When she tries to set things straight with Daryl,
It's all good. I just got back from the gym.
Well, look, I just wanted to say I was sorry for the other night. I didn't mean to intrude.
it only makes the situation worse.
What the hell, Colleen?
It doesn't take much to come to the wrong conclusion. I mean, if you just walk in at a certain moment
Christa, it's not like that.
and hear just the right combination of words, you can misinterpret everything that's going on.
And Christa's convinced Colleen's after her man.
Does she seriously sleep with him?
One little misunderstanding can lead to an epic disaster.
It's really difficult to diffuse rumors and gossip. I mean, they take on a life of their own. And there was nothing Colleen could do to make it stop. It's no matter what she did, it was just gonna keep going. Job Corps is different from high school because in high school, you're from the same community, you've kind of grown up with a lot of these kids, you know each other's personalities, and everyone's kind of, together. They've known each other for a while. But with Job Corps, you've got people that are coming from all over the country. They have different stories, different backgrounds. They're all thrown together, and you don't really know what you're gonna get.
Soon, lies about Colleen stretch across campus.
Some people were saying that Colleen was jealous because Christa had a boyfriend and she was trying to get in the middle of that.
They ate together, they were in dorm rooms together, in classes. So any rumors that came out just spread like wildfire.
And just like that, Colleen is on the wrong side of the blaze.
Rumors could start 1 minute and 30 minutes later, the whole center knew because everybody talked.
And that's something that you really need to be careful about because if you get caught up in the wrong crowd or with the wrong situation, you can find yourself experiencing some JCD, which is Job Corps drama.
Hey, wait, where are you going? We're done here. Wait, what did I do?
You know.
What? Sorry, Colleen, gotta go.
For a teenager, this is kind of like the beginning of World War III.
19-year-old Colleen Slemmer's dreams of a fresh start have become mired in gossip-fueled drama. Despite Colleen's denials,
What the hell, Colleen?
rumors sweep through Job Corps that she's after Christa Pike's boyfriend.
She won't even talk to me. She thinks I'm after her boyfriend.
Guess best friends forever is a little shorter than she thought.
You could hear it in her voice that she wasn't already happy. As I told her, I said, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. But she was determined to stay and see it through.
She's crying again.
But Colleen will need more than determination to survive the bullying.
Don't pay any attention to him. He's an idiot.
Well, what about Natalie and Christa?
They're all show.
Well, all I know is she's not even talking to me at all.
A lot of the kids believed Christa's accusations that Colleen was trying to steal her man.
She wouldn't be interested in somebody else's man. That's just not her. I think you've seen an example of a weaker kid against stronger kids, or inner city kids with a kid who was raised in kind of like a suburban area. And they saw her as probably a weaker link. And they would bother her and pick on her. And like I said, she would never get into fights, so I always told her to just walk away.
Christa was a very jealous person, and I heard that Tadero was definitely that type of guy who was happy that she was jealous.
Guess Tadero likes to play both sides.
Once rumors and gossip get going, they just grow, and people continue to want to talk about them because it's juicy, it's salacious, it's good stuff. As adults, we look at this and we think this is really silly. But for a teenager, this is kind of like the beginning of World War III.
I knew it. She is so crushing on him.
Colleen tries to share her side of the story. She tells her hallmates that Christa and Natalie have it all wrong, but that immediately backfires.
Colleen was frustrated because she was there to study. She was there to make her life better. And when all of these rumors started flying, it just seemed like the other kids at the Job Corps weren't listening to her.
Why are you spreading all these lies about Christa? You're the one telling everyone I'm sleeping around.
Kids thrive on rumors if they're giving them out. If they're the subject of them, it's very disheartening. And it was hard for Colleen. to be there with all this being said about her, and she couldn't really do anything about it.
Natalie tells Colleen to stay away from Tadaryl or else.
Colleen, are you okay?
So, how do I...
Colleen throws herself into schoolwork, volunteering in the computer lab in her off hours.
Mr. Stevens, is there any work for extra credit?
I'm sure I can come up with something.
She was really focused, spending most of her time working at the computer lab. She didn't want the drama of Christa, and she tried to put that behind her.
But no sooner has she put teen gossip aside when a much more terrifying event hits a nearby university.
A girl was raped just off campus and her boyfriend was beaten up. Of course, that was news all over town.
The university is just like a 10-minute walk away, and so all the girls are now concerned that there's some sort of a rapist on the loose.
Suddenly, gossip about Colleen takes a back seat.
This is freaking crazy. Yeah, the psycho probably...
Students are warned to take extra precautions and always stay together.
Is that Colleen? You shouldn't be out here alone.
Even Colleen and Christa put their differences aside in the name of safety. Back at the dorms, there's an even creepier fear brewing. There are whispers that students are dabbling in witchcraft and playing with Ouija boards.
Word begins to spread that some students are getting into some really weird stuff.
A certain group of students were practicing black magic and bringing other kids into it.
And word is a local woman named Denise Calhoun is behind it.
Who the hell is that? Don't tell anyone I told you.
There was a Wiccan priestess who would go to the Job Corps and talk to kids. This woman, Denise, held seances and meetings at the old candy factory that was close to the Job Corps, and many of the students there went.
One student even heard that they'd been involved in some kind of a sacrifice or something.
It definitely freaked me out. It just terrified me, just the fact that these kids were doing that. And I didn't understand it.
Kip's not alone. Who really knows what's going on at the candy factory? But word is, no one is more alarmed than Colleen.
Black magic and...
She calls home for support.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm really freaked out.
Colleen was raised Catholic, and I think a ritual would really scare her. Yeah, that would put the fear of God in her.
With only 2 months to go until graduation, Colleen feels like she has no choice but to stick with the program.
You sign a contract with Job Corps, so she couldn't leave until the end of the contract.
At this point, Colleen's got to be thinking she'll have her GED, she'll have her computer training certificate, and she can get on with her life.
But in early January, she suffers another crushing blow.
Colleen was very upset about the fact that people had come into her room. She would talk to other students about it, and they had had break-ins in their room too. It had become commonplace at the Job Corps that you had no privacy, that people would go in and out of your rooms and take what they wanted.
Some of Colleen's favorite clothes, jewelry, and spending money are now gone for good.
So she wasn't sure whether she had been solely targeted or whether this was some kind of random act, but either way, she was devastated.
Between the incidents of vandalism, the rape near the university, and the rumors about black magic, everyone is on edge. Two weeks later, an eerie chill grips the campus on what some consider the creepiest day of the year. And for groundskeeper Duncan Sutherland, it'll be one of the worst of his life.
I was walking down where the old shed used to be. I saw blood. I couldn't believe how much blood there was. That's what shocked me and scared me. When I got up closer to her, it was a female, and she'd been stabbed, I was thinking 12 dozen times, but it was just awful. I just knew she was dead. At first, I thought they were still out there to get me. I thought, well, here I am, come and get me.
Legend has it Friday the 13th brings bad luck. And just before 8 a.m., a mutilated body of a young woman is found on a secluded part of a university campus just 10 minutes away from the JobCore dorms.
There was just stab marks everywhere. Her eyes, thank God, were closed. It was just awful. And I thought she was a university student, but, you know, I really couldn't tell.
Could her killer still be lurking in the woods?
And it was scary. At first, I thought they were still out there to get me. I thought, well, here I am, come and get me. I'll take one of you down with me, come on, let's go.
When no one appears, Duncan calls 911, and officers from the Knoxville Police Department immediately respond.
Her throat was slashed several times, and there was actually wounds about various parts of her body. They were everywhere.
I saw that she didn't have a shirt on. I thought she was sexually assaulted. It was just awful.
When you see a body laying there and partially nude, you know, that's the first thought that this could be a sex crime.
Was this another poor victim of the rapist?
The police are speculating that this could be a serial rapist or a serial killer.
Your mind starts clicking. We have a fear that this might be someone who's after young women.
Whoever she is, she's endured a horrendous ordeal, but not without a fight.
She did have defensive wounds on her hands. You have blood and handprints that trailed along, so we knew she'd been toyed with for some time before she actually died.
Who in their right mind could do something like that? They had to be insane to do that.
There's no identification found on the victim, so police start checking with the university.
We've assumed that somebody's going to report a roommate or one of the students missing, because we didn't know. We didn't have a clue at that time.
With no immediate lead on the killer or the identity of the victim, rumors and fears spread like a virus, and students flock to the crime scene.
How many bodies?
Do you think it could have been that rapist?
All the students were talking about it. It was shocking to them.
The students were afraid because they didn't know what was going on. They had no clue as to who the killer was. We just didn't know what to expect next.
Turns out there are no missing students from the university. But there is a girl missing from JobCore.
Colleen Slemmer had signed out the evening before and had not signed back in. She was not in her dorm room and no one knew where she was. And so they assumed at that point that their victim was Colleen Slemmer.
The medical examiner confirms the victim's body matches Colleen's description. Investigators reach out to Colleen's parents to verify her identity.
Hello?
When I got that call, I didn't believe it all. I said, no, can't happen. Killed me, Colleen. It had to be somebody else. It was a big mistake.
What? No, this can't. No.
But the presence of a mole on Colleen's body confirms their worst nightmare.
Colleen's mother had a lot of difficulty accepting the death. She did not want Colleen to go to the Job Corps. May felt bad about it from the beginning.
It was definitely hard to believe because no one thinks it's going to be their daughter or son. Why did it happen? Who did it?
As the news of Colleen's death hits Job Corps, panic sets in.
I just want to go home.
One person says that there was some other murder like 10 minutes away. Someone else heard something about there being some kind of mental patient escaped from the hospital. I mean, everybody was just throwing theories around about what they think happened.
How'd you get all the way out there? When I heard Colleen was dead, I was in shock. Basically, I thought about what she went through, how scared she must have been, how much pain she must have been in, and that really bothered me. It was a very hard thing to believe, because who could think anyone's capable of that?
Back at the lab, the medical examiner rules out one of the earliest suspects.
Originally, the theory was that this had been a sex crime, but the medical examiner found no evidence of a rape. So any connection between Colleen's murder and the rape that had happened prior was really unlikely.
But the body does contain another disturbing clue.
When they showed me her body, once they cleaned it up, I saw the pentagram that was carved on her chest.
The medical examiner doesn't quite know what to make of the symbol. Detective York recognizes it immediately.
I had just recently gone to a week-long school on all deviant cults. Through that course, I had a working knowledge of what I was looking at.
The five-pointed star, also known as the pentagram, discovered on Colleen's body, reignites rumors about devil worship on the Job Corps campus.
The kids at Job Corps playing with the Ouija boards, that's innocent enough. But the pentagram carved into Colleen's body, that's not innocent.
But could these students have crossed the line and actually killed someone? Investigators then get a critical tip.
A mother of one of the Job Corps students called the police and told them that her daughter was very upset because there had been things that had to do with satanic worshiping.
The tipster goes on to confirm that a group of students had been holding weekly seances at a nearby abandoned factory.
I just knew that this was going to be important, that I had to get on it right away because my adrenaline started rushing, and I was ready to go. I mean, I hit the floor running.
The lead sends investigators back to local priestess Denise Calhoun. Turns out, Denise was recently banned from campus.
Denise staged a protest at the Job Corps because she was upset that authorities had gone into some of the students' rooms and confiscated things.
The police had to be wondering if Calhoun or one of her followers was involved in this murder.
We started searching the rooms, and then we'd find bloody clothes and blood on their shoes, on their jeans.
It's a horrifying clue in an already tragic tale. Colleen Slemmer has been found beaten and stabbed to death with a pentagram star carved in her chest. Police canvass the dorms to learn more about the 19-year-old, and students don't hold back on some of the scandalous claims.
I didn't mean to intrude.
What the hell, Colleen?
One person was speculating that Colleen was trying to break up Christa and Tadero, so she had been sleeping with Tadero.
Colleen, are you all right?
Yeah.
Let me get this.
Someone else was saying Colleen was spending a lot of time in the computer building.
All this gossip is typically just teenage drama, but this isn't typical. I mean, Colleen was dead, and she may have been killed because of this.
I'm Detective Smith with the Knoxville Police Department.
So police dig into the rumors and speak with Colleen's classmates and Job Corps staff.
It's awful. She was a great student.
Police interviewed all the students, the teachers, the administrators, everybody at Job Corps. And they found no evidence any teacher was involved in this murder.
Before police can question Christa, Natalie, and Tadaro, a detective speaks with Denise Calhoun. the Wiccan priestess who's been holding those mysterious services just off campus.
Someone said she was holding meetings there for the Wiccans, and people in the neighborhood were concerned about it because they had seen students going in there that were dressed in long ceremonial robes.
She's got followers carrying daggers, and here Colleen's been stabbed and slashed over and over again. Coincidence or connection?
Elements of water.
A detective finds Denise as she's closing up at her day job. She can't help but notice her necklace.
Yes. That's an interesting
Denise
necklace.
explains the pentagram has a different meaning in her religion.
It's a Wiccan symbol. It stands for the elements of nature.
It was a 5-star point, and each point of the star was a point of light and enlightenment for them. It was not in the same vein as the darkness of the Satanic pentagram.
This is a pentacle, also known as a pentagram.
She made Wicca sound like it was the same as any other religion, and how Wicca is a peaceful thing and not a bad thing.
But there's still the matter of her recent clash with JobCore administrators. What was that all about?
We were just protesting, and they confiscated our things.
Denise claims she doesn't even know Colleen.
I've never seen her.
Denise denied knowing Colleen, but what did they expect? I mean, if she was involved in this murder, she's not going to admit to having known her.
There were several students saying
There's still the rumor that Denise and her followers use daggers during their rituals.
Rituals? I mean, they're blunted. They would never hurt anybody.
Denise tells the police that while they do use ceremonial daggers, the Wiccans do not do sacrifices, and certainly not human sacrifices.
At that point, the police thought that Denise probably did not have anything to do with this murder.
So what about the pentagram carved in Colleen's chest?
Do you think she wrote this?
Not everybody knows what a pentagram is. Not everybody can figure it out, what it represents. And that's what made me start thinking, is this someone who's just trying to throw us off?
Police circle back to the love triangle rumors between Colleen, Christa, and Darryl.
What the hell, Colleen?
There were all kinds of rumors going around. Colleen was jealous because Christa had found a love interest, and so she was purposely trying to mess with Darryl. And then other people were saying that Darryl was trying to make Christa jealous, so he was gonna go fool around with Colleen.
Christa would cut down Colleen to other people in the JobCore,
And this is how she treats me?
call her names, tell them she was after Darryl, that she wasn't going to let that happen, and just really being very above rude to Colleen.
Colleen's parents give investigators another clue, that Christa and Darryl might be involved. And it's a bombshell.
Christa went into Colleen's room, and Darryl went with her, and they were setting up the candles all around the room and saying they were doing a seance.
What are you doing?
It's a seance.
Go do that in your own rooms.
Turns out, lover boy Darryl's ship is not as mild-mannered as everyone believed.
The students were saying that he believed in Satanism and that he was actually sort of the ringleader at the JobCore of those believers.
There were students that were Darryl's roommates. They got so scared that they wanted to be moved out and do room changes.
Police scour the campus for Darryl and Christa. They get a warrant to search Darryl's room.
Yeah. Let's take a look at here.
And I found a satanic altar set up in a little closet there. That told me that he was into it deep, and I'm on the right track here. And then we'd find bloody clothes, shoes, jeans. I'd have never dreamed that girl had the demon in her she had.
It's no wonder everybody's talking about the murder of Colleen Slemmer. You've got a beautiful young student butchered in the woods, the whiff of black magic, and now a fellow student found with materials of the underworld.
What is that?
Could Daryl do this?
Oh, there's another side to him. An evil side.
Classmate Kip O'Hara comes forward with a doozy of a tip.
To Daryl, he knew I was scared of the Ouija board. And one night, he brought it into my room. He had told me all the stars and the moon would be in alignment, and it was the next week, and he had to make a human sacrifice. I told to Daryl, you got to get this Ouija board out of my room. I didn't believe him. I mean, who does that? You know, I just believe it was Daryl's way of bringing attention to himself.
Police find both Christa Pike and Daryl Shipp and bring them in for questioning. Detective York takes his first crack at Christa. Shockingly, she can't wait to spill all the horrific details.
Do you know anything about it?
I took her to the park to talk.
Krista was more than willing to talk to the police when they brought her in. Krista was very proud of what she had done.
Christa has a funny way about her. She seemed to be very personable. She seemed to be happy, giddy, excited, very talkative, and right away I got the impression she wanted to tell me everything.
Things got out of control.
Was anybody else involved?
Christa gives up to Daryl and Natalie.
People say that people don't look like killers. I don't think anybody looks like a killer. But if you'd have met her out here somewhere, I'd have never dreamed that girl had the demon in her she had.
Raging with jealousy over false claims that Colleen was sleeping with Daryl, Christa hatches the plan. She asks Daryl to help punish her former friend.
I want you all to myself.
Krista was the jealous type. She really was possessive of Daryl and didn't want anybody talking to him, particularly Colleen. Daryl was like her rock, her salvation, and she wasn't going to let anybody come between them.
Help me teach her a lesson.
And he easily agrees.
I think that Krista was probably very outraged and angered, but placed in this situation, unchecked in this dorm with all of these kids and everyone gossiping. It was more than just her thinking Colleen was messing with her man. It was other people thinking Colleen was messing with her man, which made her seem like less of a woman. Her man was being taken by the new girl, and she had to fight for her honor. So there was other things that were in play in this as well, other than just her being jealous, her being publicly shamed and humiliated because her man was rumored to be messing with someone else. I'll show her. I'll get rid of her.
On Thursday evening around 7:30, Christa invites Colleen to walk over to the local video store with Daryl and Natalie.
Colleen was very surprised that Krista invited her to go. She had been bullied by her, but she thought that this was a peace offering that Krista was making, and so she decided to go.
Krista's doing her best to make this look like girls' night out, but it's anything but. She's gonna make Colleen pay.
Christa tells Colleen she knows a shortcut through the woods.
Once they got there, then that's when all hell broke loose on Colleen.
This is such a good idea. But, so where is it?
You just wouldn't leave him alone.
What are you doing? Stop. Oh my God.
Christa pulls out a box cutter and begins slashing Colleen.
Krista was just in a frenzy. She was torturing Colleen.
As Colleen was trying to escape, Daryl tripped her so that Krista could catch up with her and cut her.
Crimes of passion, crimes of rage are the most violent and vicious crimes I see. When you mess with someone's heart or when they are under the impression that you have done so, people resort to the type of anger and violence that you don't see in anything else, in any other areas of criminal behavior. The problem here is that there was no reason for the rage. It was all based in jealousy and rumor and gossip and things that were not substantiated.
They toyed with her for a while. They'd let her run a little bit, push her down, run a little bit, push her down.
Natalie and Darryl hold Colleen down.
They were drawn into what Christa was doing.
Finally, Christa takes a piece of asphalt and strikes Colleen on the head.
After she hit Colleen, she stood up and looked down and smiled at her work. She's a psychopath. After she hit Colleen, she decided that she needed a souvenir. So she reaches down into Colleen's skull and takes a piece of the skull as a souvenir.
She was very proud of the fact that she took a piece of Colleen's skull in her pocket because that was her souvenir, that she did the ultimate sacrifice. And she said she had to have a piece of his skull with her, and that's why she took it.
In satanic worship, supposedly that's where that person's power lays, is in the bones or the skull. And if you have that, you have that person's power.
I was very, very distraught, still didn't believe it, that a person can bend down and reach into somebody's skull and pull a piece out.
According to Christa, Darryl carved the pentagram in Colleen's chest and dragged her body off the path.
This was a big deal, and I think that's what it was all geared up for. She was singled out as the one they were going to do. It was planned and plotted, and the place and the whole 9 yards. Darryl was hell-bent to sacrifice a human being. I could have made this story up.
Darryl finally did admit his part in the killing of Colleen Slemmer. He blamed most of it on Christa, but he did play a large role. He didn't try to stop Christa from killing Colleen.
In March 1996, Christa goes on trial for murder. The prosecution argues not only did she cause most of Colleen's wounds, but she manipulated Darryl and Natalie into helping her.
Christa said she was jealous because Colleen was going for her man. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, but that's what she wanted everybody to believe.
And Christa receives the death penalty. Christa was the youngest woman at 18 to be on death row in the United States.
I was satisfied with the sentence. I don't think there could be anything less for an animal like that.
Christa Pike never showed no remorse whatsoever, never looked at me in the courtroom on any of the trials or any of the hearings. She never once looked at me.
Absolutely is a fitting punishment. I don't know of anything that she can contribute to our society. She's shown that since she's been in prison. It's just one thing after another. She tried to kill another girl. She's got in with a guard, and they were going to set up an escape for the guard. He's now in prison.
My opinion of Christa Pike is that she's the most evil person that I've ever known in my life. There's no hope for her. I think she's this cruel person. And I feel Darryl is also.
She has all the signs of being a sociopath. She has no remorse for anything she does and no feelings for any other people. So you take gossip and rumors and you add them together with a sociopath like Christa and followers like Darryl and Natalie, and you have the perfect storm. He's from a affluent family, so he's probably used to having what he wants and getting things his way. And here's an opportunity for him to have some human puppets to play with, to fight over him. He took the opportunity. I don't think he had any indication that it was going to be something to this degree, that it would end with this result, but I think that he orchestrated and manipulated this entire scene in order to make it work for him. to boost his ego and make him feel like the man. To have these two girls fighting over him. You know, this is a young way, a young teenage way of approaching a relationship to just play a game. And he opted to play a game, but the game ended up deadly.
It's very frustrating that Christa is still sitting on death row, and it's very hurtful. There's no justice there. I don't think Christa should be alive for what she did, you know, and it would save on taxpayers, and I would have my daughter back in whole, and I wouldn't have to worry about the pieces being everywhere. It's eating up the taxpayers' money, especially the fact that all these years, the 20 years, that the state is still holding one piece of my daughter's skull. Senseless for this not to end and my child to be buried. My child's not buried because they're still holding a piece. So it's very senseless. Colleen will never be at rest in peace as long as Christa Pike is on death row.
The bottom line here is that gossip and rumors led to Colleen's death. She wasn't messing around with Tadero, but Christa thought she was because of what she'd seen and what she'd heard. And it made her insanely jealous. Jealous enough to kill.
Rumors can destroy people, not just through murder, but they can destroy the psyche of someone. It's a very dangerous practice.
For Colleen's family, her spirit will always live in their hearts.
What I miss the most is her laugh, her giggling, just plain goofiness. She's missed, and she'll always be missed.